Hi and welcome to Totally Random. So today we're going to be repinning a 7-pin adversary lock. So we'll just zoom out a little bit, give you an idea of what we've got here, which is basically spool, serrated, serrated, spool, serrated, serrated, serrated. So we're putting this together and seeing if we can pick it. And before anyone comments, what's the tweezers for? I know what tweezers are for. But I'm in a hurry. So we take the barrel, which is this part here in my right hand, slide it into the Bible, which is this part. Take the locking mechanism that goes on the back here. And Phillips head screws, do that up. So you can either leave that up that way and all your pins could fall out, or you can let it fall down that way. Now, depending on how you want your pins to go in, I'm going to work from right to left, putting the serrations down. So that should make it harder and they should lock up. Now put the thick end of one spool, the thin end in one, so I'll put the thick end in the other. Well, we've got another serration. Another serrated pin, but it's a shorter pin, and a longer serrated pin. Now I tend to use the tweezers to pick up the springs because they're so fiddly. Obviously you could use different, you could use mushroom pins and double mushroom pins or whatever pins you can get your hands on. And I'm very sorry for working out of shot here. But yeah, obviously you can only work with what you've got. Now everything's lined back up the way it would be. So we'll take our little grub screws, out of shot again, take our grub screws and get those springs in. You don't want to mess around doing this, and what would be much handier is to use a bench vise, but I don't have mine at the moment. It's in the post. Despite the fact that the bench I'm working on is basically MDF with 1, 2, 3, 4 vice clamps holding it together on top of a couple of sawhorses. So it's like you can make your own locks, you can make your own anything if you really think about it. If I need to move this, I can just stack it all up and get out of the way. Instead of yapping, I've lost a grub screw somewhere. But as I said before, if you do so, you might just be so lucky as to find one in the spares that they gave you. They have a tendency to get stuck in and fall off. Right, so it's pinned back up, pardon me. It's tension on all the screws. And just prove that this isn't fake. The key will not, the key does not open that. So we'll get unnecessary things out of the way to make it easy pickings of this. So, get that one out of the way, that out of the way. So, we've got a freshly repinned 7-pin adversary lock. Which should be super duper hard to pick. We make modifications to bevel the barrel, and it's open. One thing I would say about this lock, though, is that watch your finger pressure on there, because I have found I put too much pressure on the back of it, and in the process of doing so, I almost open it, but I'm holding it. I'm putting counter pressure against the lever, if that makes sense. So there you go. She's open. And now she's locked again. That was simple raking. I actually prefer this tool and to SPP it, but for a nice short video, that's that. LearnLockpicking.com, 7-pin adversary set. Check it out.